Okay, we've addressed the rather confusing part of New Spirit Astrology cards, in that there are 2 suns, level 1 and level 2, 2 moons, level 1 and level 2, and 2 Earth Venus, level 1 and level 2. I just wanted to show you the other planetary cards. They're beautiful. Mars, Neptune. These were designed by Gloria Jean of Colorado. Saturn. Hey, get it back up there. Uranus, Minerva, and Mercury. Now we're going to put all these cards together, and we're going to shuffle them. And as I'm shuffling them, I'm going to be thinking of my threefold question that I want to ask the cards. And my question today is going to be, where am I at in my spiritual journey now? Whenever you're working with New Spirit Astrology cards, you need to place any question that you have of a positive and life-affirming nature in threes, in 3 requests. The first request, think of it as walking up to a door. Second request, you're knocking on the door. And third request, Spirit or God or your guides or whoever is your higher power answers, and they're listening to you. You'll hear me call that higher guide Spirit throughout the books and in my dealings with this. That is who I channel as Spirit. Spirit is the soul force pool. It's the combined Godhead of all of our transformed souls as one. So I'm going to choose a card, and I'm going to put it down, and that is my planetary card. And I'm going to ask my question of the house card again. Where am I in my spiritual journey now? Where am I in my spiritual journey now? Where am I in my spiritual journey now? And I'm pulling up the 5th house of love aspect. Now with just these 2 cards, we can do a combination reading of the 2 of them. And you'll look in your book in the chart area or in the table of contents. It will tell you which of 12 charts to go to find this combination. The beauty of the New Spirit Astrology system is that from 2 cards, you can also do a full chart reading. Whichever chart that these 2 cards show up in, and they'll only show up in one of 12 charts, all 12 of the aspects in that particular chart apply to your question. So if you want to do it quickly, you can just look up the Sun general reading, just look up the 5th house general reading. You can look up your combined reading of just these 2 cards, or if you want an in-depth answer, you can go to all 12. And that's called a full chart reading. If you wanted to do a comprehensive reading, it will give you 14 or up to 14 aspects that you can read. What you do is you combine your elements, your emphasis cards, and your blanks. And you're going to shuffle those all together. Just so you know, upside down cards in the New Spirit Astrology system have no particular meaning. It's a life-affirming, positive, spirit-blessed system, and there is no negative connotation to an upside down card. So I'm going to pull up 2 cards. First one is a blank, and the second one is the spiritual card. This is an emphasis card, and what it's telling us is that only the spiritual card is important in this draw. That the blank is a placeholder saying read this one. So I have 13 aspects that I can read for my comprehensive chart. You can take this a step further and find out if what you have drawn is correct for your reading, especially if you're going to do a comprehensive reading. It will be several pages of aspects to read. And the cards, so when we return to our divinity cards, shuffle them, ask our question, is this a correct reading? And we'd ask that question 3 times, or threefold question, and you can check your cards that way. So that's the way I do a reading, and it's an explanation of the full chart reading and the comprehensive chart reading. But I want to say this to you: you can't do anything wrong with the new Spirit Astrology system as long as you are positive, life-affirming, and you are doing a reading for yourself only, or with another whose permission that you have to do the reading. If you wanted to put everything together into one deck and pull however many cards you want, that's fine. Just remember your threefold request and just do what you're comfortable with. Don't do anything you're not comfortable with. Now, as you notice, I kind of have a ritual in that I have my stones and my crystals and my bag that we sell these on the New Spirit Astrology website. But that's how I do it, and you can most certainly do whatever you like to do. I very often like to include a stone circle. I like to burn incense. I like to burn candles and put flowers around. That energy just helps keep the cards pure and keep my readings pure. I have run into less problems with my divinity cards making me do things over again when I do use the items that I'm comfortable with in my ritual. The last thing I want to talk to you about is Spirit would like to stress that you should put your cards in a resting order when you finish your reading. The reason for this is to give yourself the best chance of a positive and accurate reading is to keep them in order. And that's very important. I want to thank you so much for joining me in this video. I want to thank you for purchasing the New Spirit Astrology cards, and I hope that you enjoy the deck, and I hope that you enjoy the book, and that it will help you in your transformational journey. Please tell your friends, and see you on the website.